Okay, we're back to show you some of the actions in the recruitment phase. So for this demonstration here, the teal player down here will be our first player, and that means we have to bring the first player token down to this area. All right. So this is your academy. All of this, the player board, the tiles you add to the player board, those are all your academy. The dice, these are your students, and these professor tokens are your faculty. You also have some beginning gold, 6 coins, and some beginning magic, 3 magic. You have 3 steward tokens, you have 3 banner tokens, you have 3 torch tokens. The first thing we're going to do is to do the recruitment phase. In the recruitment phase, players take turns taking one of their steward tokens and placing it onto one of the docks. We have the Castellan dock over here, which lets you draft the town tiles. We have the Ministry dock here, which lets you gain a favor and place a banner in the councils. We have the Fountain dock, which lets you draft a professor and then gives you 2 knowledge that you can add to your dice. And we have the Benefactor dock, which lets you draft the guild classrooms. All right, so looking at what I've got over here on my my first tile, my first classroom, I need a holy professor and holy dice. I have no holy professors, I have no holy dice. So the first thing I need to look for, let's take a look at this one closer, and what's a holy die between value 4 and 6. So I've got to get that. In order to use that classroom, I have got to have a holy die valued at 4 to 6. That's the primary thing. So looking at this, there's a 5 here, there's a 4 and a 5 there, and then there's a 5 over here in the, let me rephrase that. Okay, there's a 5 here, there's a 4 and a 5 here, and there's a 5 over here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my steward, I'm going to move him over here to the ministry dock. That now I need to draft one of these dice. So I'm going to draft this 5. I'm going to grab the 5, I'm going to move it over here to my gardens, pop it down on the next available space. Remember, dice go in starting at the lower right and work their way back up along the path. So once I've drafted the die, I have to pay the value of the die. Let me zoom in on this. I have to pay the value of the die to do the actions here. And you've got to do it. You either do the ministry dock act, you do the dock action, or you do the banking action. The banking action lets you lets you get 8 coins minus the value of the die. So if I was going to do the banking action with that 5 that I drafted, I would get 3 coins. Not a great thing. So I really want to do the ministry action. So that'll give me a council, and it'll give me a favor. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my banner tokens, and I'm going to go to the council. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my councilor, or my banner rather, right here on the Council of Graduates. Minister of Graduates. The Minister of Graduates gives me a 2-coin discount whenever I draft a Guild classroom tile. So there you go. So I forgot to pay the coins here. So I got to move this from 6 down to 1 because I spent 5 coins to get this die rather. All right, so that's my council action. Now I get a favor. The favor up here is, let me see. I'm going to grab this one right off the top. It lets me pay 1 magic. Lets you pay 1 magic to take a die out of the bag and make it into a 4 and put it on my thing. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go ahead and use that right now. So I'm going to pay 1 magic. I'm going to go up to the die bag and shuffle that and grab me a die. Oh no, I get to look at the dice, excuse me. So let me do this. I got to search. So here's all the dice that are in the bag right now. I'm going to go ahead and get another die, maybe the blue one. And I can make that into a 4. Okay, and then I get to take that blue die and I get to move it down into my gardens. And I got to pay that magic, which I did already. And then this card just gets put up here at the top somewhere. And when the draw stack runs out for the favors, then we will shuffle all of the discards and make a new draw deck. Okay, so that is the 2 parts of that action for the ministry dock. I got a council action and I got a favor. So my turn is done over here. Okay? All right, so then the next player will do their thing. So over here on the red needs an orange professor, an orange die, and a blue die. Right now he has none of that. He's in a worse state than I am. So, what's he gonna do? Well, there's only 1 orange die out there. So he's gonna snap it up. He's gonna take his steward. He's going to run over here to the benefactor dock. He's going to draft this 2. He's going to pay 2 coins. And he's going to take the benefactor dock action. That is to pay the value of the die, which I just did, to draft a guild classroom. So, the dice he has are red and gray and now orange. He's going to need a blue later on, but red and gray, we need something to do with those. So he's going to look through here, and there's nothing that does red and gray. But this here isn't bad. All right, so he's going to draft the officer training. So he takes the officer training, he sticks it right over here, and that gives him a monument. I'm just curious, did I forget to get a monument for my other guy? No, I didn't do that. I didn't do a tile draft. Okay, so this completes this, so he gets a monument. He's going to look up here. He's going to say he could use this one here, the blue lock that down, lock this down. So this monument is a Holy Guild monument, and if I can acquire a prestige tile that fires off on the holy guilds, then I've got 3 of them now. So that's a good thing to have. All right, so that completes his action here. We refill the draft line, and there we go. Then we shift up to the next player. Well, everybody's got nothing they need here. He's got a blue and a purple professor. He needs a gray and a gray. He's got no grays on the dice. So let's go down to the docks. Let's see here. Docks. He's going to take one of his stewards. He's going to come over here to the Castellan dock. He's going to draft this 1. We'll just stick it right here for the moment. He has to pay 1 coin. I'll take care of that in a moment also. But then he gets to draft one of these town classrooms. I'm thinking that he might want to get... I want to get this one right here. Old Coots Dairy. Oops, well, I can't really see it. Let's take it and put it up here, and I'll take a look at it and show it to you. So let's zoom up here to the player 3. Old Coots Dairy. Now, the dairy doesn't give any good. It can't complete a monument in either place there. So I'm going to stick it over here. And that'll keep it, not out of the way, but, it'll be there. We'll move this 1 up here. And we'll pay the 1 coin. And Old Coots Dairy, Old Coots, Dairy. It'll need a orange and a any, 1 through 3. So that really wasn't a good idea. But I've done it now, so we'll deal with it. Because these are, the orange I was going to put up there is not 1 to 3. I should have looked at that a lot more closely. Okay, so we lock that down. So that his action is done there. We come down to the bottom and advance the draft line. Then we go over to the purple player. Excuse me. Purple player is looking for a gray die and an orange die to go into his practical counterfeiting class. He has the orange. There's no other excuse me. There's no other requirements on the die values. So he just needs to get a gray. So going down to the docks to see what he's got. Excuse me, boys. He's going to take his steward. He's going to go over here to the benefactor dock. He's going to draft this gray 3. He's going to pay 3 coins. And then he's going to draft one of these guild classroom tiles. I think you might want this one here. Yeah. Potions for profits. So he's going to take this one. We'll put it up here and we'll position it in a minute. Then we refill the draft line. Oops. 4, sorry. So we're going to take this potions for profits. And this is a good place for it over here because it's going to complete a pedestal, which will give him a monument. So, The monument he's going to choose. Oh, I didn't fill this monument line. Let's put that down there. Okay, well, he's going to go the same route that the yellow player took. He's going to, or the red player. He's going to take this guy right here. This is a shadow guild monument, and it plays in nicely to his two shadows that he has up here. And then that completes his first action. So if we take a look at the bottom of the board here, we've got 4 stewards out. So we've done 4 actions already. Everyone has done a little bit different. So let's go for action number 2. So player 1. Let's see here. What does he need? Remind myself. He needs a 4 to 6. So he's got got 2 of those that would fit that. But he needs a blue professor. Okay, so we're going to take this steward and we're going to send him over to the fountain dock, where he's going to draft a... he's not going to draft anything right now. So this brings up the next action, which is these optional extra actions. You can do these at any time on your turn, but you get to do just one of them. And this one right here is I can spend a magic to get 2 coins, or let me zoom that in for you. I can spend a magic, get 2 coins, or I can spend 2 coins to get 1 magic. So I need coins right now. So I'm going to decrease my magic by 1 and increase my coins by 2. So now I've got enough coins that I can draft something over here. And I will draft the blue 2. Put it right there. Then I have to pay the 2 coins. Excuse me. And then I get to draft a professor, and I need a blue professor. So I grab myself a blue professor. That also gives me, 2 knowledge I can get. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 knowledge to this this blue dice I just took. So we should roll it up to 4. So that completes that action there. So then we slide these over. And we get a new professor to fill that space. So then we go to player 2, the red one. The red one, he needs an orange or a red professor. Also needs a blue die. He's got 4 coins left. So he's going to spend a magic to get 2 coins. Then he's going to take his steward and put him over here at the fountain dock. He's going to draft the 4. Pay 4, puts him back down to 2. And then he's going to draft this red professor. Goes over here. And then he also gets the 2 knowledge, and he's going to use that. Let's see, he's going to roll this one up by 2 points to a 4. Okay. And then we fill the draft line again. And shadow professor. Oops, sorry. Player 3. He needs a low value orange die. What do we have down the dock? docks. We have no oranges, so that's not so good. So what he's going to do instead is he's going to take his steward down to the ministry dock. He's going to draft a blue die, blue 2. I'll put that up there in a second. He's going to pay 2 coins for that. Then he's going to get a ministry dock. I'm sorry. Then he's going to get a council action and a favor. The council action he's going to take is to take a banner and put it on the Minister of Apprentices. The Minister of Apprentices will make his blue professors and his blue students wild during the education phase. So that means he's going to have 2 dice that are wild that can be anything. So he's going to do that. So the 2 will go up here, and he'll be able to use that as any low-value die. And that'll also make this 4 wild, so he'll be able to get more stuff accomplished. And then he gets a favor, which these are the favors over here. He is thinking that, he's going to take this favor right here. This favor allows him to take a random professor from the bag and to gain 2 knowledge. So he's going to use that right away. He's going to flip it and drag it up here. Take a professor out of the bag. He has an orange professor now. So that goes over here. All right, that completes his action. As we refill the favor draft and go over to player 4. Come on, player 4. There we go. All right, for his next action. Now, one thing to be aware of is that once you have one of your stewards at the dock, you can't go to that same dock again. So I could not send the purple guy here to draft another guild classroom, excuse me. So that's nothing he can't do. So let's see what else he might want to do. He could use a gray professor. He could, let's see, he's got grays and blues. He's got orange. He needs another gray die. And he needs a gray professor. Let's see what they have for us down at the docks. The professors have no gray students, although there are gray professors. All right, he's going to take this, and he's going to come over here. Oh, wait, first let me look at my board again. He's getting shadows and holies. Shadows would be good. All right. I'm sorry, I'm kind of just talking to myself, and I apologize because I'm thinking through things. He's going to take this one here. He's going to go down to the Castellan's dock. He's going to draft this 1. He's going to pay the 1 coin. Then he's going to draft this amphitheater. So the amphitheater will come over to his place. We'll refill this draft. We'll go back up to the 4. Amphitheater is not a bad tile at all because that makes him complete. It's not that. Makes him complete a monument. I'm not used to this. Hold on a second. There we go. Close enough. So, 1 die goes over here. He's going to draft a monument now. He he's going to draft this monument right here. So this one, lock this down. Now this one gives him an automatic flip. I'm going to go ahead and use it now. I'm going to flip it. I could hold it and use it later. That's fine, but I'm going to use it now. I'm going to flip this over and lock it down. Now I'm going to take this one. Where's my tab at? Take this one here. I'm going to flip it over to a 6. Not a bad gain. Not a bad gain at all. Okay. So that's that. So then we go down to the first player again. He has 1 steward left. So he can't go to the ministry dock or the fountain dock. He's going to spend his last magic to get 2 coins for my extra action. Then he's going to take his steward and go to the castellan's dock. He's got 3 coins, so he's got a 2 discount up here in the Minister of Graduates. Gives him a 2 discount to draft from the benefactor's dock. So that means I could spend up to 5. So why not? So I'll spend all my coins, draft this die, this 5, and then I get to draft one of these. I've got a lot of orange and blue dice, so I'm going to take this one here, the Vineyard. Get that in here and lock it down. Oops. That gives me a monument. So let me refill this one here. I'm going to take this monument as, since I'm bent on my magic, I'm going to take this one here for 2 magics. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to immediately get 2 magic. So I'm not totally broke on magic. And we'll show you what magic is good for when we get into the education phase. Okay, so that completes everything he can do on his recruitment phase. So let's go to the next player. Over here on the red player, he's got 2 coins. He needs another blue die. So let's see what he can do with a blue die. Okay, he's going to go over here to the ministry. He's going to spend 1 magic to get 2 coins. Then he's going to draft this 3. He's going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so at the ministry dock, he gets a council action and a favor. He takes his banner, and he's going to put this banner here on the Minister of Tuition. Minister of Tuition will give him a 2-coin discount when he recruits a tile from the town classrooms draft. Okay, so that's good. And then he gets a favor. The favors he's got, let's see. He is going to take this favor right here. And let me come down here and I'll enlarge that for you so you can see. That lets you pay a magic to put a monument down on a area where there is not a complete pedestal. If you look over here, this corner here did not have a pedestal piece. Sorry. I keep forgetting you can't see my cursor. So this corner does not have a pedestal piece. So even if he gets a good tile to put on this side with a pedestal, he'll still be short. But once that tile is down there, when all four spaces are intersecting there, excuse me, I can use this favor to spend 1 magic and put a monument there anyway, even though it's not a complete pedestal. So I'm going to keep this. I'm just going to hold on to it, and it'll be here until I want to use it. Okay, so that's his action. So we refill the draft line up here for the favors. And then we go up to player 3. Player 3. Okay, you got that one covered. You got blues that are wild now. It's good. So I'm thinking he's going to want to draft a tile. He's going to want to go down to the benefactor dock. So he's going to take his steward. He's going to go down to the benefactor dock. Squeeze my guy in there. So close. Oh well. Let's see, he's got for coins. He's got 3 coins. Good. I'll get the blue 3. That one goes over here. And then we pay the 3 coins. So he's broke now. And he gets to draft a guild classroom. So it would be good for him to have a guild classroom that has a pedestal in the lower left corner, because that'll fill in that one space there for him. And the tiles he's getting right now are grays and oranges on the guilds. So we have a gray and orange right here, but does not have that in the right place. Buggers. This one. All right, he's going to take the alchemy lab. He's already paid for it, so he's going to take the alchemy lab. He's going to stick it right there. And that will let him complete that monument space there. And the monument he's going to take, oops, I got one open. Let me fill that in. The monument he's going to take is to grab a professor off the line. So he's going to take this tile here, this monument here. Lock that down. Then he's going to flip this one over. And that's going to give him a professor off the line down here. So he happens to need a gray professor. So he's going to take this gray professor right there and add it to his faculty. And we fill up the professor draft line. And down another gray professor. Okay, so that's everything that he can do this turn. Then we go off to player number 4. Player number 4. Looks like he's only got 2 coins right now. So what have we got available to draft down here? He can go to the ministry or to the fountain dock and get a professor. Does he need a red or gray professor? He needs a gray professor, so that's not a bad idea for him. Okay, so he'll take his last steward. He'll come down here. He'll draft this red 2. He'll pay his last 2 coins. He'll get a gray professor. That also gets him 2 knowledge. So he'll use that to increase the value of that red one he just got to a 4. Okay. And wrong button. Gosh darn it. Okay. It's all right. I'm trying to figure the screen out here. Okay. So that completes the recruitment phase. We applied all of our stewards to the docks. We drafted dice. We drafted classrooms from the guilds and from the town. We acquired professors from the fountain dock. We acquired favors. Refresh this draft line. We acquired favors and council actions from the ministry dock, and we acquired town classrooms from the Castellan dock. Okay, so in the next video we will come back to this and we will start the education phase. All right, thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.